What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new POV drive. So today we are back once again in the VW Golf 8.5 R-Line. Now, we recently did a POV drive with one and a full review, but you guys weren't happy with the POV drive because of the sound situation. So I thought, let me record one again. And also the other thing is, with that one being a dealership car, I was sort of rushing to take the car back to the dealership, so I couldn't really do a proper drive. I was mainly focusing on the review. But we're back today. We're going to take it on a proper drive. We'll drive around Waterfall City, and then we'll take it on the highway. And hopefully you guys will be happy with this POV drive. So today is a beautiful Monday. Everyone is at work at this time, and the roads are somewhat free, I hope. So let's talk about the new Golf, the R-Line. The one that we reviewed was actually the R-Line Plus. This one is just the regular R-Line, the one that starts from, I think, about 660,000 rands, thereabout. But nonetheless, there are some minor differences that I've noticed. I don't know if the differences actually have to do with this being an R-Line, not an R-Line Plus, but I have picked up on a few things, like the lack of an auto hold button here by the handbrake, electronic handbrake. I thought maybe it would be here in the screen. You'd find the auto hold setting. I can't seem to find it. Maybe it's embedded somewhere in the screen. I have no idea. Do let me know if you know. But I'm actually going to do a thorough search around, because I'm doing a full-on video where I break down the living with experience with this car. The other thing is, here on the steering wheel there's the view button. So when you click the view button, it changes to the different views and stuff. So my issue is I can't find the screen where you have the big rev counter in the center. So there's only two views. Usually there's about three. I thought maybe it's because I opened the maps, or I don't know, one of the other menus and stuff. But I've tried cycling through without the maps, without whatever, and yeah, just not winning. I guess maybe that's reserved for the R-Line Plus. It's a strange one, this one. I don't know, but yeah, that's something I've picked up on. But actually today, let's just focus on the drive, because these are things I'll talk about in the living with video. So in terms of the drive, one of the other things I noticed when we reviewed the white one was there was quite a lot of road noise, and I'm not picking up on that with this particular car. So someone in the comments actually did say that it could be because that car was still very new. I mean, it had about 1,000 kilometers, and usually a car needs to be broken in so that all the components can soften up and whatever. So I guess that's true, because that road noise I experienced in that car is not present here. So well done, I guess. And the main thing for me about this car is just that relaxing factor. It's so much more comfortable, all thanks to this gearbox. Just makes it a lot more smooth in town when maneuvering, when parking. Whereas with the dual clutch, in some scenarios it's a bit hesitant, particularly when you're going up inclines. It can be a bit lurchy and jerky in first gear and stuff. With this one, you don't get any of that, but the shifts are not as quick as with the dual clutch. Because yesterday, which was Sunday the 14th of September, I drove this car the whole day, and then in the evening I jumped in my car, the 1.4 TSI Mark 7 DSG, and there is a huge difference in the shifts of the gear changes. It's even funny to see. Like, I was just looking at that needle, the way it moves so fast compared to this one. But like I said in the review video, I mean, it's not a big deal with this car. You just want it to be smooth. You want the shifts to be fast enough, I guess. If it was in a GT or R, I'd say, yeah, it matters. But here, it doesn't matter so much, because this is just a cruiser. And yeah, those are some of the things that I picked up on. And then the other thing is, I feel like this engine, the 1.4 turbo motor with 110 kilowatts and 250 newton meters, suits this car so well compared to the likes of the Tiguan and now the Tayron, that 7-seater Tiguan variant. It also comes with the 1.4 110 kilowatts motor. I'm like, it's such a big car, but in this car it works so perfectly. It feels like it was made specifically for this car, because yeah, it's punchy when you need it to be. It's nice and smooth when you also want to be, well, nice and relaxing when you want it to be. And also the fuel consumption that you get in return is decent enough. But speaking about fuel consumption, I have noticed that there is a difference of about 2 liters per 100 kilometers when you compare this car to mine, the Mark 7 R-Line. So the whole time when driving this car, I drive it the way I would drive my car. You know, sometimes I go on the highway, sometimes I'm just in the city, in Sandton, Midrand, Pretoria, you name it all. And yeah, there's a noticeable difference in the consumption. With this car, when I do a combination of highway and in-town driving, I get about 7.2 liters per 100 kilometers. With my car, I get no higher than 6, and it's easy to sit in the 5s with my car. Whereas with this car, you need to try hard to try and get it into the 5s, and the lowest figure I've seen is a 5.9. Well, VW rates the car at 6.6, so it's good to know that you can get it into the 5s, which is way lower than they rated. But the moral of the story is this car is not as fuel efficient as the previous Mark 7 generations. I don't know what the reason is. Maybe it's the new gearbox, maybe it's the extra power, or maybe it's a combination of those two reasons. I have no idea, but yeah, it's not horrible, but it's just not as good as the previous cars. That's one thing to note. But where the car shines is the extra punch that you get out of it. Man, this thing is just so quick, especially on the highway when you need to pull overtakes and change lanes and stuff. Oh my word, it just zips around like crazy. It really feels so light on its feet. Also, the steering wheel and stuff, the throttle response, like it's just so sharp. It's not oversensitive, but it really is sharp. Like it's almost like this very sporty thing to drive, and I'm interested to experience how the GTI and the full-on Golf R are. But yeah, this thing is actually pretty quick, hey? But yeah, man, this car is just such a nice thing, man. Especially this one specifically. It's so highly spec'd with the Harman Kardon and stuff. It's got all the crazy safety systems, driver assist systems, like lane keep assist, lane departure warning. It is such a nice, well-rounded vehicle. Oh man, that ride comfort really does shine, hey? Even the tire noise, it's close to non-existent in a way. Oh, and today is such a beautiful day, hey? So let's hop back onto Allendale Road and make our way to the highway. But I have to say, man, I've been really loving my time with this car. It's just so cool, man. It's cool to be inside, it's cool to look at on the outside, and it's also cool to drive. Like, it also makes you feel good. Like, it's just, oh, they really nailed it. I really personally, and I'm not even being biased or anything, this is just how I feel genuinely. I wouldn't even take a glance at the Audi A3. I'm trying to avoid commenting on the 1 Series because I've never been in it, I've never driven it, so I'm trying to be fair. But from my standing point at the moment, I just don't see any reason to go for those cars, more especially the A3, because often it's argued that you can't compare the Golf to the A3 because the Audi is more luxurious and whatnot. Sitting here, I'm like, what luxury are they talking about? Sure, you can spec the A3 with things like Napa leather, and that you can somewhat customize it more, but things that I don't think are necessary. I mean, this leather, this Golf is nice, feels really nice. Still gets your cooled seats, heated seats, all those safety systems that I spoke about. So I just don't see it. And also they have the exact same engine gearbox, even same power output. So I'm like, that extra 200,000 rands for the A3, like, for what? For what? Because I think this interior is just as cool, if not cooler. The ambient lighting in here is so nice. This big screen, although some people don't like it. I know it can be too big in a sense, but I don't know, I like it. I think it works. The digital instrument cluster, look, you can have that full map there like I have going on at the moment. So the A3 just doesn't make any sense for me. I'm sorry, but it's I just don't see why you'd want the A3 over this car. But anyways, so the thing I was saying about the punch that you get out of this thing, particularly on the highway like this, man. You know, for zipping around in traffic, for making those overtakes, it's just, this is all the performance you'll ever need in a car. And mind you, this is coming from a person who's driven all variants of the Mark 7, 7.5 and the Mark 8 performance Golfs, like the GTIs, the Rs, you name it all, even M cars. I mean, for the average person, this is all the performance you'll ever need in your life. This car is actually pretty quick. Like, you just step onto the accelerator and, oh man, I've been dicing some Ford Rangers and whatnot, because they think their bakkies are very fast. This thing is a menace on the road, literally. Like, you see, for zipping around traffic and stuff, it's just it's such a weapon, really. And I quite like how you can hear some sort of fruity exhaust note from it, eh? And also this 8-speed gearbox doesn't really bother me. I thought it would bother me. I know I did say there is a hell of a difference in shift times. There is, but it doesn't really matter. And also the gearbox is responsive enough to your throttle input. When you mash it, it will actually downshift and stuff. So that's good. It's quite busy, hey? I guess it's a Monday. So yeah, that is the Mark 8.5 R Lion. Actually anticipating the drive and the GTI and Golf R, like I mentioned. I really can't wait to have a go in those cars. So I'm actually gonna off-ramp here at this next off-ramp and go back around. Look at that. Yeah, man, this thing is quick. It is so quick, man. The other small details that I noticed, or especially compared to my car, is how light the steering wheel feels, but the car feels way more pointy and dirty. Oh, this truck is scaring me. Yes, so why is he indicating into this lane when I'm here? Steering wheel feels very light, but the car feels so direct. Like, the way it's so sensitive to your input, it's just darts around, which adds to that sporty feel and that sporty element and the driving experience. And with all these models that I'm experiencing at the moment, I really like what VW is doing at the moment. Like, they are actually making some really cool and exciting cars. I know the issue is the price thing, but I don't know. It is what it is. The cars are ridiculously priced. Even the way they set up some of the optional extras and stuff, it's just, yeah, questionable stuff. But objectively, the cars themselves, I think they make some really awesome stuff. And throughout the entire range, man, the Golf, the Tiguan and stuff, I think they make some really good products, man, when it comes to tech and technology, driving experiences and all those things. It's just mad, man. The way they keep on giving us more power in the Golf R. Like, I'll give you this example. The Mercedes A45S and the Audi RS3 now have facelifts, but exact same powers, the pre-facelift and whatnot. But with the Golf R, the 8 has the 235 kilowatts. The 8.5 now has about, I think, 240 or 245 kilowatts, you know, that extra bit, and it's just a facelift. So I like how they keep offering more, they keep improving on the cars. Same applies to the GTI, you know. Now has 195 kilowatts as opposed to the pre-facelift's 180. So paying more in price and whatever, but at least you're getting something out of it, you know. More power is always welcome in my eyes. So yeah, same applies to this car, man. It's, as a package overall, it's hard to beat this car. It's just that the market at the moment doesn't really favor this sort of cars, you know, hatchbacks. Most people are buying SUVs and whatnot, but yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, but I'm a big hatchback guy, so yeah, I'm really sold on this. And I know you may be asking yourselves, would I actually buy this car? It's a tricky one. Oh, it's open for me now. It's a tricky one because at heart, I'm a performance enthusiast. And when you look at the price of this car, look at the Golf 8 GTI, you can buy that. But ever since I experienced this car, I genuinely want the 8.5 GTI or even the R. Like, I really, 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 really want those two cars specifically to own for myself. I would buy those cars. Even at that price, the 908,000 rands for the GTI, sure, it is very expensive. And you look at all the other cars that you can buy for that money, like BMW M2 Competition, you can get an A45S, you can get an RS3, even though it would be the 8V generation. But the other thing is, the situation is a give or take. Yes, you can buy an M2 Competition, but there's a lot that comes with it, you know. Is it going to be under warranty? Is it going to be under maintenance plan and stuff? Probably not. And there'll be a lot more to spend with it. Whereas if you're buying the GTI, it's a brand new car. You don't need to worry about any of those maintenance stuff or issues for the next 4 years or whatever, depending on how much you drive the car. So yes, you can say, for that money, I can buy this, I can buy that, but there's a lot of other factors you need to look at as well. So it's not a straightforward answer, really. But to answer the question short, I would overlook this car because I already have a car with similar performance, and my next step would be getting a performance car. So I would buy the 8.5 GTI. Jeez, man, where is all of this traffic coming from? Aren't you guys supposed to be at work or something? Nee, man. But anyways, that is the Mark 8.5 R line. Let me see how far into the video we are. 21 minutes. So yes guys, there's the POV video you've been looking for with this car. I really hope this time around I did manage to deliver one that you could enjoy and like. But as usual, please do get down in the comment section. Let's talk about this car. Let's talk about the pricing, whatever it is you want to talk about or whatever it is you want to ask me. And let's take the conversation further. Let's also talk about the GTI and the Golf R, and let me know what are your thoughts. You know, what do you think about this car or those cars as well? But with all of that being said, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this POV drive. And until next time, that's cheers from me.